Selling non-existent porn is this far away from blackmail.
Sins of deception.
How is this case in the public interest?
And sins of the flesh.
I like naked ladies.
But you're over 70.
You can't not prosecute frauds just because you don't happen to like the victims.
99% of men like pornography, the other 1% are liars. Or should I say lawyers.
Naked Justice in Crown Prosecutor tonight at 8:30 on BBC1.
In our film this afternoon, a British naval officer is asked to impersonate a dead crook in an effort to catch his gang. The thriller House of Secrets is in 25 minutes. First on BBC Wales on 1, Henry Kelly invites you to go for gold.
It's time for you to play your game. People are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Thank you very much indeed. How kind. A big warm welcome to our studio audience of the BBC in Manchester and you, wherever you're watching. Going for Gold, the European television quiz competition where, after 75 programmes, eventually, we will find the man or woman from our 26 competing countries who will be the European television quiz champion and, as well as that, get a smashing prize. Tell you more about the prize later. We're on day 2 of a new set of heats, and if you were watching us the last time we played, you'll know that into our heat final went from Denmark, Peter Jensen. And, of course, as Peter went into a heat final, he tucked under the left arm our European Road Atlas, because we keep the European theme throughout, except when it comes to the prize. And then you leave Europe, hop across the pond, and although the White House lawn seems to be sort of open country at the moment, well, I'm not sure that you'll actually physically get there, but you will get to several locations in North America and have a wonderful, wonderful trip to remember us all by. And I don't forget you, the viewer watching at home, because every day I have a question for you, and you could win yourself a colour television set. Last time I asked you, holding a torch in her right hand, which famous statue stands in the upper bay of New York Harbour? And the answer is, of course, the Statue of Liberty. And please keep watching towards the end of today's programme, because there'll be another question for you watching at home, and that television is on offer. OK, since we started with 8 last time we played, we're now down to 7 contestants in today's elimination round on Going for Gold, and here they are. Let's remind ourselves where our contestants come from. On the top deck there, from Wales we say hello to Martin, Yakido, and from the Netherlands, René. From Switzerland, Francisca is here, and Fritz comes from Austria to us. Fatima represents Portugal, Chris is from England, and Marga comes to us from Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, 7 of you in the elimination round. I need 4 to go through to the Beat the Buzzer round. The first 4 contestants to give me correct answers in the elimination round will so do. Hands on the buzzers, and let's play Going for Gold, and why not? What is my name? I am an ancient goddess. In early times, I was not worshipped in Rome, but there were temples dedicated to me at Lavinium and Ardea. I have no myths of my own, and why I was later identified with the important Greek goddess Aphrodite remains a mystery. Austria.
Venus
is the correct answer. Very well done, which means that Fritz from Austria goes off into our Beat the Buzzer round, and I ask our contestants to put their hands on the buzzers again and play Going for Gold. What is my name? I am a famous company that was founded in 1898 by 3 brothers. I grew considerably until the Second World War, when many of my factories were destroyed. After the war, I came under the control of the French government. I am now France's largest exporter of motor vehicles. Wales.
Renault
is the correct answer. Put you into the Beat the Buzzer round. So 2 in, 2 to go. Hands on the buzzers, please. What is my name? I was born in 1835, the 6th child of John and Jane. When I was 4, my family moved to Hannibal, and I lived there throughout my childhood. I travelled widely during my life, and my interest in the Mississippi River led me to write the... Switzerland.
Mark Twain.
That's the correct answer, Francesca. Very well done indeed. The Mississippi River was the giveaway there. So, 3 in, 1 to go. Will it be René, Fatima, Chris or Marga? Hands in the buzzers. What am I? I am a region of Northern Europe which lies mostly within the Arctic region. I stretch across northern Norway... Netherlands.
Alaska.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Portugal.
Greenland.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Chris and Margie, you had the question to yourselves. I stretch across northern Norway, Sweden, Finland, England.
Lapland.
Lapland is the correct answer. Well done, Lapland. Okay, that means that we have our 4 contestants into today's Beat the Buzzer round. And for today, we have to say goodbye to René, to Fatima and to Marga. But we'll see you when next we play Going for Gold. In the meantime, thank you for being with us and bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Bye. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to our elimination round contestants and to meet our contestants who are in the Beat the Buzzer round. As I go across to join them, let me remind you where they come from. Well, today they come from Austria, from Wales, from Switzerland and from England, all going for gold, all deserving of a cheer. Put your hands together for them. Why not? So we say hello to Austria and to Fritz Reichbar, who's a student from Vienna. And your favourite country in the world, however, is not your own. Is that right, Fritz?
Well, it is my own, and then comes very close behind Italy.
Why Italy?
It's the food, it's the people.
Yes?
It's the beautiful landscape, everything.
I can go along with that, so include me in. And do you like a bit of music, do you, Fritz? Are you a pop fan?
Not so much. I like classical music.
Yes?
That's because I'm Viennese, probably.
Of
and
course.
All sorts of folk music, and then again Italian music.
Okay, Fritz, thank you for being with us and Going for Gold. We say hello to Martin from Wales. Martin Williams. Whereabouts in Wales are you from, Martin?
I'm from Carmarthen, which is deepest West Wales.
Deepest West Wales, bottom left-hand corner. Martin, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a student, but at present I'm taking a year out in industry, building the roads towards the new Severn Bridge. I get a bit of help, I don't do it all by myself.
You don't do it all by yourself. And what are you studying, Martin?
Civil engineering.
All right, so you've got that year out. Is it practical hands-on work?
Well, yes.
Right,
yes.
okay, you're
Throw me in
actually...
at the deep end.
You're getting the fingernails dirty, are you?
Yeah.
Good man, well, you're learning early. And in your spare time, Martin?
I like rugby very much.
Really? Now, there's a surprise.
Now, this is surprising, isn't it?
Isn't that extraordinary? A man from Wales who likes rugby. You don't do a bit of singing, do you?
It has been known.
It has been known.
Maybe in a hotel bar lately, I'm not quite sure.
And the two are connected. Martin, welcome to Going for Gold. We say hello to Francisca from Switzerland. And Francisca, whereabouts in Switzerland? Remind us.
Just south of Zurich, the German-speaking part.
And what do you do for a living, Francisca?
I'm a housewife and mother of 2 children.
Right.
With a lot of part-time little hobbies.
Which are? Well, give me the best one of the hobbies.
Riding. We never get home. The horse doesn't want to go where I want to go.
Okay. Horse found without girl. Okay. And we say hello to Chris from England. That's Chris Davis, who's from London. He's a postgraduate student. Postgraduate in what, Chris?
That's right. Business Systems Analysis and Design.
Yes, that's right. I remember when you told me that the last time. I didn't understand it then either. And in your spare time, Chris?
This and that, bit of sport, food, another favourite hobby.
Excellent. Okay, let's play the Beat the Buzzer round, where the questions are in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points, depending on how you select. And the first 3 of you to score 6 points will go through to 4 in a row. Okay, hands on the buzzers, please, and let's play Going for Gold. Which country did the Ming dynasty once rule? England?
China.
Correct, 1 point. Right, the category now, Chris, is education.
I better go for 3.
You better go for 3 in education. Founded in 1970, Klagenfurt University. Austria?
Is in Austria.
Yes, correct answer. Well done. Chris, the category is the universe and space.
I go for 3.
You go for 3 to put you in the next round. In 1993, NASA lost contact with its observer, Wales.
The Hubble Space Telegraph?
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Spacecraft. 3 days before it was due to reach which planet? Switzerland.
Jupiter.
Incorrect. England.
Mars.
That's right. My goodness gracious me. I thought the buzzer was going to leap over the counter at me there for a moment, Chris. The category is food and drink. You're on 4. Select.
2,
Put you in the next round. Which word is used to describe a heated, concentrated solution of sugar in water? Austria.
Syrup.
Syrup is correct. Well played, sir. Takes you up to 5. I tell you, these guys are good. What it is to be young. Composers, Fritz. And you like classical music, you're on 5. What'll it be?
A 3.
A 3-point question on composers. In which city were both Brahms and Austria?
The city where I was born, Vienna.
Incorrect. Brahms and Mendelssohn born. No, that's one for the book. They were both born in Hamburg. That's what they were, honestly.
They don't teach us
They
this.
were, I know. These are lots of things they don't tell you in Austria, isn't that right? General knowledge question for 1 point. With which country do we most associate the Maori? Austria.
Morocco.
Incorrect. England.
New Zealand.
That's the correct answer. 1 point. No, don't move yet. You're on 5 points. There's a danger that we're going to reinvent going for gold here in a minute if we're not careful. Category is leaders. Select.
1.
That'll put either you or Fritz in the next round. In 1991, Anibal Cavaco Silva was re-elected as Prime Minister of which? Austria.
Romania.
Incorrect. Wales.
Greece.
Incorrect. Francisca and Chris, you can have the rest of the question if you like. Yeah. Of which Iberian nation? England.
Portugal.
That's the correct answer. You're in the next round. Okay, well done. I suspect Chris just knew that it couldn't be Spain. Right. Okay, here we have Fritz on 5, and Martin and Francisca playing their own Beat the Buzzer round with no score yet. And here's a general knowledge question for 1 point. Which country has the largest population in Latin America? Austria.
Brazil.
That's the correct answer. You're in the next round. Off you go, Chris. Right, so we can now play a sort of a private Beat the Buzzer round between Martin and Francisca, between Wales and Switzerland. And here's the general knowledge question for 1 point. What type of animal is Walt Disney's Pluto? Martin.
It's a dog.
Correct answer, 1 point. Martin, the category is transport. Select.
3.
3 on transport. Which famous British passenger ship made its first major journey in 1969?
QE2.
The QE2 is right. Well played. Takes you up to 4. Martin, from a proud nation, I offer you the category which is nationalities.
2.
Would put you in the next round. What nationality was the composer Frédéric Chopin? Switzerland.
Czechoslovakia.
Incorrect. Martin.
Austrian.
Incorrect. Chopin was Polish. General knowledge question for 1 point. In Greek mythology, what did Pandora open that allowed Wales?
A box.
That's correct answer. 1 point. Takes you up to 5. Martin, you're nearly there, and the category is cinema. Select.
1 point.
1 on cinema to put you in the next round. Which Swedish actress played the character of Ilse Lund in Casablanca? Switzerland.
Ingrid Bergman.
Correct answer. 1 point. You're off the mark. Francisca, the category is the arts. Select.
Oh, gracious. Just 1, please.
Just 1 on the arts. With which of the arts is the Dutch man Piet Mondrian chiefly? Switzerland.
Painting.
Correct answer. Take you up to 2. The Swiss fight back is on, and the category is peoples of the world. Select.
2, please.
2 on peoples of the world to double your score. On which island republic would one find Sinhalese and Tamil ethnic groups? Wales.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka or Ceylon. You're right. Into the next round. Good for yourself. Well, there you go, Francisca. I thought after the Casablanca question I was going to say this is going to be the start of a beautiful friendship, but alas, Francisca, we have to say au revoir to you for today, but only for today. We'll see you when next we play Going for Gold. Right now, it's time to play 4 in a row. As I go across to start to play, let's have a look at a little piece of film about the prize. There it is.
Jetting into Washington, D.C., our series champion can walk the mile-long avenue and see the monuments to George Washington, to Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, to the man who held the U.S. together, Abraham Lincoln, and see the treasures of the Smithsonian. Close by stands the U.S. Capitol building. And no visit to D.C. would be complete without seeing the White House.
Yes, that's a great prize, and we're at 4 in a row on day 2 of a new set of heats on Going for Gold. And today's 4 in a row is between Chris, Fritz and Martin. Chris, you got into the round first representing England. There are the categories: rivers, seas and oceans, religion, children's stories, or sport. What'll it be?
I'll have a go at the river, seas and oceans.
Right, will you come and join me here, please, Chris, for your solo round? It's you against the clock for 40 seconds, trying to get 4 in a row. Move in a little bit closer there so they can all see you wherever you come from, Chris. Are you ready and happy to play?
Yes.
Good man. Fingers crossed. Put 40 seconds on the clock for Chris. There they go now. You've chosen rivers, seas and oceans. And on that subject, your time starts now. In which sea would we find Trinidad and Tobago?
Caribbean.
Correct. The Ionian Sea is a part of which larger sea?
Mediterranean.
Correct. The Madeira River is a major branch of which South American river?
Amazon.
Correct. Which river forms the northern boundary of Zimbabwe?
Pass.
Zambezi. In which major ocean will you find the Bermuda Triangle?
In the Atlantic.
Correct. In which ocean is the equator crossed by the international date line?
Pacific.
Correct. Which river of southeastern Africa begins as the Crocodile River in South Africa?
Limpopo.
Correct. Name one of the 2 countries bordering the Bay of Biscay.
France.
Correct. 4 answers, 4 in a row. Very well done, Chris. That was excellent. Now then, that's a cracker there, because in your 40 seconds you got up to 3, down to 0, and back up to 4. Very well done, Chris, and we credit you with a 4. Fritz, Will it be religion, children's stories, or sport?
It will be religion.
Religion. Fritz, will you come and join me here, please, for your solo round? A very high standard has been set by Chris with 4 on the board. Are you ready and happy to play?
Yes, sir.
Okay, religion is the subject. Put 40 seconds on the clock, please. And on the subject of religion, your time starts. Now, who is regarded as the patron saint of travellers?
Christopher.
Correct. In which religion is Krishna worshipped as the 8th version of Vishnu?
Hinduism.
Correct. Which Sanskrit name of 4 letters is given to a Hindu spiritual teacher or guide?
Pass.
Guru. What is the name given to the person in a synagogue who leads the singing or chanting?
Pass.
A cantor. In which ancient city did St. Peter die?
In Rome.
Correct. What is the name of the American-based religion founded in 1830 by Joseph Smith?
A Mormon.
Correct. In which of the Eastern churches is Christmas Day still celebrated on January the 6th?
In the Greek Orthodox.
Incorrect, Fritz. Not only is it wrong because it's the Armenian church, but you are also just out of time. Fritz, in any event, you put 2 on the board. Well done. It might be enough to put you in today's final. Okay. Now then, Martin from Carmarthen, you have a choice of either children's stories or sport. What'll it be, Martin?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Sport, I think.
I thought you'd say sport. Martin, will you come and join me here? Here you are already. As I tell you that in your solo 4 in a row round, you need either 4 or 3 to go into the final against Chris. 2 in a row, you tie break with Fritz, and let us perish the thought of 1 or 0. Martin, you ready and happy to play?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put 40 seconds on the clock for Martin. There they go now. Sport is your subject, and on that subject, your time starts. Now, what nationality was the 1984 Olympic swimming gold medal winner Michael Gross?
German.
Correct. The Belgian cyclist who won 4 successive Tour de France from 1969 to 1972 is Eddie who?
Pass.
Merck. Where in the United States were the 1980 Winter Olympics held?
Aspen.
Lake Placid. Which Austrian city is the home of the Swarovski Tirol Football Club?
Vienna.
Innsbruck. In the Olympics, which running event covers a distance of just over 42 kilometres?
The marathon.
Correct. What is the only country from outside the British Isles to compete in the Rugby Union 5 Nations Championship?
France.
Correct. Won by Germany in 1995. In which sport is the Hopman Cup? And you haven't got time to answer, and I won't go on with the question in case it was ever used again. You two have scored 2, and you tie break with Fritz. Martin, well played. So, Chris stands alone, but not palely loitering, just quietly waiting to go into today's final because you've got 4 on the board, and Fritz and Martin with 2 each. Clear the scores, please, adjudicators. Back to 0. It's each man against each other. Hands in the buzzers, a series of questions. The first one to score 2 points, a point for each question, goes into the final with Chris. Let's play. What am I? I am a product that has been a major food since prehistoric times with flour as my basic ingredient. Martin.
No, it's gone.
Incorrect. It means, Fritz, you have the rest of the question to yourself. You may buzz in whenever you think you know the answer, or you may wait until I've given you all the information. In any event, please do buzz before you speak. I have been made in a variety of forms throughout the world. My different examples include the German pumpernickel and the French baguette, used to make sandwiches and Fritz.
Bread.
Correct answer, 1 point. You're halfway to the final. What am I? I am a region that has no university-agreed boundary. I include the northern parts of Canada, the USA, Russia... Martin.
The Arctic.
That's the correct answer, 1 point. Hands on the buzzers again, please. What am I? I am an important part of a major world religion. My beginning and end are indicated by the sighting of the new moon. I am the 9th month of the Muslim year and am a period when followers of Islam... Martin.
Ramadan.
That's the correct answer. Puts you in today's final. Well played. Okay, it means that for today, but only today, we have to say goodbye to Fritz from Austria. We'll see you when next we play Going for Gold. Chris from England is with the old enemy, Martin from Wales. 2 gentlemen in today's final on Going for Gold. Let's play. Gentlemen, follow me, and why don't you come too? Today's final Going for Gold between England and Wales. Chris Davis on my left here from London and Martin Williams from Carmarthen in Wales. Now, 1 postgraduate, 1 non-postgraduate, so it's 2 students. Chris, you got into the round first. The first choice is up to you. I look at the cards and they tell me that the category is famous sportsmen and women. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. On that subject, will you play or pass? I'll play. You'll play. You take control of the game in the 4 zone. You need 9 points to win, and your time starts now. I was born in 1969 near Heidelberg in West Germany. At the age of 13, I became the 2nd youngest player ever to earn a computer ranking in my sport.
Boris Becker?
Incorrect. It means, Martin, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. In 1987, when I was listed as number 1, it was the first time...
Steffi Graf?
That's the correct answer, 3 points. So, first blood to Wales. 3 points on the board for Martin Williams. Chris, you're playing catch-up. The category is cinema. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home on cinema. Player pass.
I'll play again.
You have control of the game in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I was born in Oregon in 1971 and died in 1993. My show business debut was in an American TV series called Fantasy. But it is as a film actor that I am best known. I made my film debut...
River Phoenix?
River Phoenix is the correct answer. Very well done indeed, sir. Excellent answer. Doubles your score, takes you to 6. Chris, you've got no score on the board. You're playing catch-up. The category is Asia. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home on Asia. Player pass.
Play.
You've got Asia in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a republic in Southeast Asia, located on over 60 islands. Under Portuguese control in the 16th century and Dutch...
Philippines?
Incorrect. It means, Martin, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. In 1869, I became a British Crown colony. Martin.
Fiji.
Incorrect. It means, Chris, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. Today, I have one of the world's...
Hong Kong?
Incorrect. It means, Martin, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. I have one of the world's busiest ports. 2/3 of my population is Chinese and the rest are mostly Malays and Indians. Independent since 1959. One of my...
Singapore.
That's the correct answer. Well done. Well done. Takes you up to 8. Chris, you're really up against it now. The category this time is the human world. I thought it said the human word, but the human world. And the clue is on the screen for you watching at home. No score. Player pass.
Play.
Okay. Here it is. Can this be the last question? Let's wait and see. You have the human world in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I was born in England in 1809 and became interested in natural history. I have become famous throughout the world because of my theories on evolution and the origin...
Charles Darwin.
That's the correct answer. You're off the mark with 4. Now it's all to play for Chris. You are off the mark with 4 and the category is customs and traditions. And the clue is on the screen for you watching at home. You are playing catch-up. The choice is yours. Player pass.
I'll play again.
You have control of the game in the 4 zone where a correct answer and the sides will be level, and on customs and traditions your time starts now. I was once part of many Muslim households in Middle Eastern and Asian countries. My name comes from an Arabic word and I am traditionally a secluded area where women raised children and cooked in privacy, away from all men except close relations. A number of Turkish sultans had large examples of me, which included 3 wives and mistresses. Beginning with H, I am...
Harim.
A harem, that's right, the answer that you needed. The answer that you needed. Well done, boy. Excellent, Martin. Jolly good indeed. Jolly good. Well done. So it means that today's winner going for gold is Martin from Wales, who wins our European Road Atlas. He pops off to join Peter Jensen from Denmark in our 3rd heat final. Hard luck to Chris. You did very well indeed there. And I have to tell you, you mightn't have spotted it. It was a very funny misstatement by Kelly there, because instead of saying their wives, I said 3 wives. Some fellas in harems had millions of them, apparently. Anyway, that's all in history. This is the present. And here's a question for you. One, as I say, I made earlier. Which American jazz singer had a #1 hit in 1968 with What a Wonderful World? Which American jazz singer had a hit in 1968 with What a Wonderful World? 0891 447766 is the number. The lines stay open until midnight and you could win yourself a television. From Martin, Chris and Kelly, goodbye until next we play Going for Gold. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Joanna Trollope's The Choir.
Well, how much is this going to cost?
£1,400,000.
It is clear that some sacrifices will have to be made.
James Fox is the dean.
You could sell us the headmaster's house.
Peter Vaughan is the councillor.
I'm going to fight.
David Warner is the headmaster.
Unless you want a full-scale row in your dining room, supper is out of the question.
Jane Asher is the headmaster's wife.
He can't touch the choir, can he?
Nicholas Farrell is the choirmaster.
I will not be party to machinations which wear an altruistic mask to cover a heart of envy.
And John Standing is the bishop. Joanna Trollope's The Choir, starting Sunday at 9:05 on BBC1.
And Gloucester Cathedral is transformed into the set for the choir in the new Radio Times, which also contains complete listings for all major satellite and television channels. Double dealings and a mistaken identity in our film now on BBC Wales on 1 as a British naval officer is drawn into a dark and dangerous house of secrets.